And I believe September the 18th was the last time I was out here. And today, current time is October the 1st. October the 1st. So it's been a few weeks since I came out here and looked at this. But you can see we got quite a bit more germination. But as you walk out here, one thing I do want you to notice is the ridging. See the little strips of grass, the way they're growing in streaks? Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason that happened that way. But look at all this. See these little lines? Lines right there. Lines. You can really see it good right here. All this streaking where the grass is kind of bunched up. So back out here, and today is, what does that say, October the 7th on Saturday, and we finally got some rain last night. It wasn't a tremendous amount of rain, but you can see the ground is moist, got some moisture in the ground. It's been about a month since it's rained out here, and just very thankful for that rain we got last night. So you can see our experimentation plot here where we're doing rain only. It's coming in okay. It's definitely not coming in like I would like for it to come in. So today is October the 14th, and getting a very nice all day slow steady rain. It has kind of rained a little bit more than slow and steady a few times during the day, but I think for the most part the rain's about to be done. We were forecasted to get around 1/4 of an inch of rain, which is probably, that's about right, or possibly a little bit more. But you can see we're still not looking all that great right here. So let's fast forward to current day, which is November the 12th, 2023. Give it a quick mow, and this will be the second time I've mowed this. I mowed it the first time with my 72 right, and the second time it's the only mower I got out here, so that's all I got to work with. This will kind of be the finale, kind of bring everything full circle. What we did out here was we planted this to seed GCI Turpentine fescue to the best of my ability. Used my ABI 4C23, prepped it, leveled it, smoothed it, seeded it. Just going off memory here, I think there's been maybe 3 or 4 rainfalls on it. One was an afternoon heavy downpour style rain. One was a good slow soaker all day rain. And 2 of the rainfalls, I'm not real sure I would call them rainfall, because it was like a heavy mist, a real super dense fog all day. That kind of a yucky, nasty day. I don't know that I actually saw literal raindrops falling out of the sky. The mist was so heavy, the fog was so dense, it actually did help to moisturize the seed. So that's really all that's been on this. That has been those 4, 2/2 more rainfalls. After I get done with doing what I'm doing today, I'm gonna water it one real good time, and then I'm gonna let it go after that. So what we were trying to do here was see if rainfall only would allow me a good stand of fescue. Now here's one point I want to make. Don't ever rely on rainfall 100%, because as you can see, although it looks fairly good, I mean, when you get down here it looks real good, but when you get up over top of it, you can see it does not look good at all. You can see there's just lots and lots of bare dirt areas that if I were going to continue to work on this and want it to get better, I would obviously have to reseed pretty much the entire area. So let me explain to you what happened here, and this is going to help you understand why I drive the point home that I'm driving home. Now this is filled out a little bit, but you could really see it good in previous videos. But see these lines right here? Follow my finger right there. See that line? See where this turf is so much denser and so much thicker? Right there in that line. Then it's thinner here. Well, what happened was when it rained, something I don't control, it was a hard rain, and it moved that grass seed over. It floated that grass seed, or whatever it did, it just pushed that over and it ridged up. And then when this grass seed did germinate, I get these super thick areas and super thin areas. This area is sloped a little bit from there to there, so obviously water runs downhill. And as we walk up this way, you can see the streaking. See the lines of thicker turf and then a thinner area of turf right beside it. Now when we get over here to this side, if you remember, this side originally, when I watered it one time, right after the project was complete, this side over here got more water, got more even coverage of water. And look at the difference. Look at how much thicker it is on this side and how much uniform. Of course, we got a few little spots that washed out, but overall, this side in general is considerably more thicker and uniform than if we walk right over here to the other side. And look, see it's starting to thin up. It gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner all the way to the exact opposite side, where look how poor this is. This is just very poor right here. So what I want you to take home from this, one thing, super important. If you do a renovation in the future, and if you need to start your yard over from scratch, get it down to bare dirt, it is imperative that when you complete your renovation, everything's said and done, you must start watering. Then don't procrastinate, don't put it off, don't wait and say, oh, I'm gonna wait on some rain and see what happens. Don't do that. Start watering. And here's why. When you water and you have a loose seed bed and you begin to water, what it does is it settles the grass seed in and kind of locks it in place. You know, I've got that test area over in the smaller field over here to where we're testing out different coverings. Well, when you do your seed bed prep correctly, you have a natural covering. You have the covering God gave you, which is the dirt we're standing on. To help further that covering, when you water, you kind of press the seed down into the ground. You help create even better seed to soil contact when you introduce water to your soil. Now, I'm not saying that if you do that perfectly and you get a heavy downpour, you're not going to get any washout whatsoever. That is totally and completely dictated by the magnitude or the intensity of the water or the rainfall that you get. But if you start watering immediately, it increases your chances of the seed staying in place. So if you do a renovation and you have a really, really big yard and you don't have the physical capabilities, or you don't have the watering capabilities to go ahead and start watering and soak that seed down into the ground, well, we have to look at facts. It is what it is. And if there's nothing you can do to control that, then there's just nothing you can do to control that. You can't beat yourself up because of that. It is what it is. If you want a nice yard, you want to renovate, and it's a bigger yard, and you're solely dependent on the rainfall, then you're solely dependent on the rainfall, and you take what you get. And if you have to go back and repair things, you just keep at it. I mean, that's part of lawn care, is persistence and being consistent. And sometimes you don't always get what you want. And if you have a large yard, and you may not get the perfect rainfalls once a week to keep the ground moist and everything come up uniform and look great. There's nothing you or I can do to control that. So you just have to kind of live with what you get. And at the same time, you be persistent and you keep on keeping on until you end up getting the yard that you want. So that is the thing I was trying to come full circle to, and let you know that when you do a renovation, it is imperative that you use that water, because that water is your best friend. Okay, start pushing that seed down into the ground with the water. Not only does seed need water to germinate, the water also helps in settling in the grass seed. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Water, 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 water. And you may or may not see the quick, fast germination, but believe me, when that rain comes, that stuff's going to jump out of the ground, because you've already kind of preset the stage for all that to happen. There's nothing in the world that will ever replace rainfall. I don't know what's in it that makes it so good. Obviously, God has created the rain, so it's good in that sense, but there's something to do with rainfall that absolutely excites turf grass, and whatever it is, I love it. Unfortunately, we have had not a lot of rain here in North Carolina. We are just abnormally dry. It is crazy dry right now. So praying for rain. What I'm going to do for this is I'm going to go ahead and fertilize it. This has never had any fertilizer on it since day one, since it was planted. I'm going down with the GCI 2000 and the GCI 0020 along with the O2YS natural adjuvant. Full rate of both of them. Really going to hammer down and throw the food to it. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to water this heavily one time. I'm going to let it go. It'll be over and it'll just do what it wants to do. It'll just become an area, part of the field. The only reason I even planted this was, one, to have an area to plant grass when the ABI guys and gals came out and we filmed that, and then of course that turned into a little video series so I can kind of show you the results and give you the concept, which a lot of you probably already know, but for you new folks, that watering is not just to germinate seed, it is to settle the seed into the ground so that when you do get those rainfalls, it is less likely to move and scatter the grass seed around. So like I said, today is November the 12th, tomorrow's the 13th, Monday, and they will continue drilling the second well out here, and I'll do an update video on that soon. The lawnmower mower, stand-on mower review series, I'm in the process of editing those, and they'll be coming out real soon too. And be looking for a video soon about me talking about some changes I'm going to be making, and it will definitely affect YouTube and how much I'm on YouTube and that kind of thing. So can't wait to show you all of that, kind of doing a little bit of a life reset, and just want to share that with you guys, because I mean, this camera and you have been my buddies now for a pretty good while, and I just want to keep you guys posted on what's going on. As always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I will check you later.